Hi everyone, welcome to Dear Son, the channel in which you'll hear from other parents and myself share with our sons some of the things we'd like for them to know about life. This is part 2 of an interview I've done with Lina, our local celebrity who has been in the field acting since 93, that's more than 25, 30, wow, that's 27 years.
I think so. I can't count nowadays. My brain is really slow. Is it?
Okay, but acting for a long time. If you have not watched the previous interview, please click on the link below and you can watch the interview on Lina sharing the journey of parent as a parent of a premature baby. But today we're going to hear from Lina about parenting, not just one, not just two, but 3 boys. Yeah. I don't know what the experience is saying, but let's just hear from Lina. What is it like parenting 3 sons?
When I have my first, I would say it's manageable, right? Because it's one and only one. Then when you have 2, you find that, oh, it's a bit crowded already and it's a bit overwhelmed. When you have 3, I really give up. Give up means I'm not as kanchiong as before, and I know how to chill, because running after 3 boys can kill you. They are so energetic, and sometimes I just need to rest, and they still want you to do something with them. So I kind of get a hang of it now. I'll get daddy to do all the sports activity. I will do mainly, coaching them with their homeworks and cooking for them and caring for them when they're sick. So we do have our split responsibilities.
Okay, very good. So parenting requires at least different roles. Different parents can do different roles.
Yeah. So, and also I think that there is a big age gap between the second and third, and that really helps. The first 2 is 2 years apart, so I did have a really tough time taking care of both of them as they grow up. Then when they are much older and they can relax, that's where I got Samuel. And when Samuel is of like 3 to 4 years old, I actually can get the eldest one to help me whenever possible. If I need a short break, they still don't fight at the age.
They get that for the older children to look after.
Yeah. So now the 2 older ones are teenager, so they can really help each other. I can leave them alone, so I can concentrate on taking care of Samuel. So it will work it out eventually. You can't plan for it because every mom and every children is so different, and even if you plan, it will not work out the way you planned it. So I think I've learned along the way.
So are your boys different in temperaments, in personalities, in interests?
Definitely. Okay. There's no duplicates. So Jarrell is a more emotional boy. Okay, so I have to speak to him more like reasoning and talking, and Joel is more like reckless guy, garang. Yeah. So sometimes I have to be more stern when I talk to him. So different approach, and I know that sometimes it works by speaking their love language. I keep telling my friends that if I want to be effective to show them that I love them, so I speak their love language. So when I reprimand them, they won't take offense as if I hate them or I don't like them. They will know that I did it because I truly do it best for them.
Okay, in case you are unfamiliar what the love languages are, Gary Chapman has a book on the 5 love languages. You can go online, look for the book, or you can click on the link below if I have a link below to find out how you can purchase a resource like the 5 love languages to know how you can connect better with your children. What has changed in your parenting from your first child to your 3rd child?
What has
anything changed?
Like I said, the first one, because it's your most 宝贝 one, so a lot of things is you just get very anxious. Like if he falls, I would just run to him, pick him up. Are you okay? Second one, still do a little bit of that. The 3rd one is like, can you stand up? I'm more chill, as in so long it is not so serious until you bleed until you can't stand. I will still expect you to stand. Kind of unfair, yeah, but I think that as parents, you also need to know when to be anxious and when not to be anxious, so that you guide your child at a very young age to know how to be not so dependent. It is good to teach them independency even at a young age, because eventually you are not going to be with them forever and ever, and then you're just I mean, put it this way, when they're young, you are protecting them, but when they're older, you have to release them and they have to live this world on their own. So you can't only do that when they're older because the dependency will be very great. So just a little bit here and there when they're young, being a boy especially, I have to also learn because sometimes my husband will say that I'm overprotective. They wants to play contact game, soccer, water polo as a mom. You know, once you get knocked here, injured here, I'm the nurse, I got to, take care of them. I would struggle this with my husband saying that, can we not choose sports like that? Can we do something more mild like chess, like be a librarian or whatsoever? But then Mike brought up something very important. As a boy, eventually a man, they need to work in a group. They need to know the importance of supporting each other in a big environment. So team sports is really important for my boys. So then now I know that I need to put them in team sports. I need to put them in survival skills kind of activities that they need to learn swimming. They need to learn, whatever. I mean, I don't know what, like jungle. If you can go do scouts or whatever.
Pre-national service training, yeah, consider it that way.
Oh, yeah, okay, maybe if you want to put it that way, not to prepare them, but being a boy, I think that this is one part of those things that you wanted to have that resilient built at a young age. Because I don't believe in building up resilience when you're much older. It has to be slowly built on, right? But I also do believe that they need to have something that they feel good about themselves. So if Samuel is not someone that's so sporty, but he loves music, so I'll let him learn piano. I won't force him. He likes it. He might find it difficult, but I know he likes it, right? So I'll push him and say that no, you can't, just say that it's difficult and you're gonna let go. So at the proper time, you also want to encourage them to push on and not just let them have their way.
As parents, your son, even if your son does not like sports, it is fine. If they like music, it is fine. If they like art, it is fine. Because every child is different. Every child will have different preferences. But as parents, we need to nudge them towards their natural inclination. What is their interest like? Because that's when they will thrive. And I think what Lina mentioned, they sometimes want to give up when things are difficult. I think it's only natural for most of us. That's right. When it's tough, the natural tendency, surrender so that I don't have to face difficult times. But as parents, just that gentle nudge, encouraging, and keep pushing on so that they can continue to thrive. Because when they overcome those setbacks, the resilience really is developed. There.
And I also want to add on that, like I keep stressing, parents are also learning, especially this new generation. They are growing so fast. They're exposed to so much more than when we were. So I also learn not to use words like during our times we do this, then because it's really not applicable to them unless it's values, family values or certain really righteous kind of values that you wanted to input the children. Yes, you can stress on that. But other than that, I don't try to use that. And if I have to learn from them, I really learn from them. Like my eldest recently, I know the environment that he's placed in. Whatever he's learning is so different from my environment when I was in the secondary school. So I did come to him that day and I said, okay, I realized that what I understand may not be what you're going through now because you are of a higher level. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to think the way you think, but I also want you to learn how to come down to my level to think so that we can have a compromise. And I said, being a good leader, I said next time if you really are interested to be a leader, being a good leader, you have to have the understanding of both. Then you will have that empathy. I am very passionate about children having empathy, which I see a lack in most of the children because they don't have a proper ground to learn that. And it is not really something that you learn from school and teacher teach you empathy, going to an organization, singing songs and not just talking to the elderly. No, it is just something that they have to really understand from their heart, study from their heart, and then then you'll be more like a natural actions and not an explanation in the mind and just doing it for the sake of doing it. I keep telling my children, like when I even took on projects that I've never tried before, knowing that there's a possibility of failure. Like when I took on my first English project, I'm a Chinese drama artist and I don't speak fluent English, really. So I tell them that I want to take on this project because I need to upgrade myself. I need to learn something, so I need to try. But if I try and I really, really did my best, as in I do my homework, I read my script, I practice days before, and I give my 100% on set, but I still cannot do well, and the response from the viewers would be, wow, lousy, not good, whatsoever. Then I would be willingly humble myself to accept it. And I will be, of course I'll be sad, we are all humans, we'll be sad, but I will not let that get so much of me that I cannot faced it. Because I tell myself that if I do my best, the rest doesn't matter. I cannot please everyone. There are people who also appreciate that I did my best. And because of that, they also think that, not bad lah, not bad. You know, not bad, not bad. So I keep telling my children, I just want you to do your best.
That's right.
If you do your best and you fail, it's really fine with me. There's no one who will fail forever and ever and not graduate. You know what I mean? You won't graduate, just faster or slower. But if you never do your best, that's one thing that maybe then you have to be, you know, really seriously thinking about it. And if people scolded you because you also know that because you didn't do your best, then you deserve it lah. You know what I mean? But if you really do your best, then I think that even if people doesn't like you for what you're doing, it's fine. You will not be able to please the entire world. I think you have to be very genuine and very real. Don't try to pretend. If you are not, don't pretend. Because people can see that, sense that, or even eventually found out that you're not. And then that will be worse. So what you see, like I'm like that, and some people will say that, oh, why she's not so glamorous as a typical artist. But I'm comfortable with it because I am comfortable. And so if people were to say nasty thing about this behavior, I won't take it to heart because I am comfortable with it. So I tell my children, especially this age group, the teenager, they want to be somebody else.
Right.
They try to put on a pretense. But if they can't live up to the pretense, that's where they get hurt themselves unnecessarily. So I think that you should be very comfortable of who you are. Everyone is beautiful. You have to know that you're beautiful. Maybe you have not found the most beautiful part of it. Then go find it. But just be yourself, be real. And so that you know that when people don't like you, but you know that you're just being real, you're not nasty, okay, don't be nasty, then I think that really helps a lot.
Very good. So the two things that Lina has mentioned, give your best, you know, work really hard at what you do and do it well, even if you may fail, even if you may not be as successful as you'd like, still give your best. And the second thing, be real, be genuine. Yeah, don't, you know, that's the thing about social media, sometimes we put out a front like everything is fantastic, but being real just means you being who you are and being known for who you are rather than who you would like to be. Yeah, or
so you
else.
can expose who I am now, you can ask question about me.
That's right. Okay? This is definitely now. Okay? Something, first thing that comes to your mind when I ask you
Oh, really? Okay,
first
if I doesn't answer fast enough, it's because my brain is really working slow. I really forget things, even,
Okay, I don't think this is...
So that's a good thing about me. I'm very forgiving. I
This is not
forgot.
too difficult.
Yeah,
Alright,
forgot.
first question. Favorite movie?
Oh, see, I cannot remember. Okay, but recent one, drama can?
Any?
Okay, there's this Korean drama that's about, also a series about education. See, I forgot the title. We just talked about it that day. It's very similar to Lion Moms, but it's a Korean version.
Okay.
And I really like the storyline, and I know it's very true to the ground, so I like that. I forgot the name. Let me record it.
Mothers.
I tell you probably if I later find it, then you just insert that.
Okay, we'll find out later. But it's about mothers also?
It's about mothers and how they educate their children. In Korea, they're very stressed out over their children's education.
Like
they want them to
Singapore.
be elite.
Yeah.
Yes. But it's so much more than Singaporean. If you talk about Singaporean moms stressing their children, Korea is even worse.
Okay.
So that drama is excellent.
So it's cutting paste in the drama, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite music or song group or pop group when you were a teenager?
小虎队, Chinese one.
Sorry, I never listened to Chinese.
Yeah, it's a three handsome looking young men that form this group. 小虎队.
Where are they now?
Split up.
Okay.
Two of them
They're
apparently
not
are very
performing.
popular in China doing acting,
Oh,
no
yeah.
more singing.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my generation. Yeah.
Okay, very good. What is your pet peeve?
Untidiness. Yeah. I am really a neat freak, but I've lowered my standards so much. But I really feel that if I work or I go out for a whole day and come back to a clean and neat home, maybe not clean, okay, but then tidied home, I would just feel so happy.
Okay.
But if I see things, placed everywhere and it's messy, wow, my anger can come up.
Okay. Okay, and I also asked your kids and your husband, what is your pet peeve? And you know what they replied?
What?
Untidiness.
Yeah, see, I told you! Because I keep bugging them to go and tidy up their rooms.
Okay.
They don't have to do my thing, but they have to do their things. You know.
Thank you so much, Lina. Viewers, and I hope you've enjoyed the session. This is the real Lina. Don't. I know we watch a lot and sometimes we think that's Lina, but this is the real Lina. Very down to earth, a wonderful person. You see her at the hawker center, you see her at the coffee shop. you know, without makeup on, sometimes people, I still remember once we were at a coffee shop and the uncles, they were trying to, is this the correct person? And we couldn't quite figure out, but a wonderful person to have. Thank you so much, Lina, for spending time with us. If you're new to Dear Son, do click on the subscribe button below and the notification bell right after that for all our latest posts. Otherwise, thank you, take care, bye-bye.